Hey guys, Jake here. What I'm going to talk about in this video is about Jimmy the Rev Sullivan. Well, today's his birthday. It would have been his 31st birthday, but he's not here to see it. As you know, as Events Unfold fans, he was the drummer. Very talented. Very talented. I mean, I don't know, for that kind of music, I've never heard a better drummer, in my opinion. But he was a big inspiration on me and my friend Gary a lot. I mean, I play guitar, but still, no, he is my favorite drummer. And I mean, I play drums a little bit, but not much. But I mean, the guy's phenomenal. I mean, the stuff he could do, it's crazy. His hands and feet were so fast. It's crazy. But today was his 31st birthday. And what was so special about him was, from album to album, song to song, there's really nothing the same. And it's crazy. I don't know how you could do that. And each song was different. A lot different. Okay, I take that back. Maybe not a lot different, but I mean, from album to album, the style of how they sound change. But I mean, I really am inspired by that guy. Like I said, he's an amazing musician. He can play so many instruments. It's crazy. Especially with a little piece of heaven. I don't know how he did that. That's a lot. I mean, it's crazy. He's just a phenomenal musician. And heck, if only he wouldn't have passed away, I probably would have seen him in concert 3 times already. Because I went and seen Events Unfold 3 times. And, I mean, those shows are amazing, but it's not the same without the Rev. I mean, in Awaitthegates, I wrote a song about him. Like, I wrote the whole guitar part, one little part of the drums, and I got the rhythm and the harmonies, and I did it all myself. Except for towards the end of the song, my friend Gary, which is the drummer, he helped. Because it all started with just some lyrics that I thought of in my head, and it just kind of kept coming, so I kept writing them down. And eventually I figured this song was going to be about the Rev. About how he died, and I mean, it's kind of like going through an adventure. Like, because it talks about how it all starts, and then going and bringing him back from the grave, and it's an awesome song. And it's called Killers in the Skies, and of course, Killers in the Skies, you can relate that to the medicine, because medicine is only bad if you take too much. And that's how he died. It was an accidental overdose. And I remember that day through and through. Me and my friend Gary were sitting there in his room, I don't know if we were playing games or just sitting there texting. But we were sitting there, and I got a text from my friend. And she said, the Rev, did you know the Rev died? And I sat there, I was like, that can't be true. So I texted her and asked her if she was being serious. And she was. And I told my friend Gary, and you can tell by his, like, the way he was looking at me, he was heartbroken. And I was so shocked, I didn't know what to do. I was thinking, what's going to happen to Events Unfold? Are they going to keep playing? Are they going to make more music? Are they going to release a new album? Or are they just going to quit? That was my second most concern. And of course my first most was, why the Rev? I don't know how he knew, but he said he was going to die before the age of 30. How he knew, I don't know. But the crazy thing is most of the songs that he wrote were about death. And for instance, Afterlife. Afterlife is definitely the best way to explain this. Because Afterlife is about someone dying and saying it's too early. Well, that's how the Rev feels. But I don't know, the guy is an incredible musician, incredible drummer, and a big inspiration on me and my friend. And honestly, if it wasn't for him and Events Unfold, I honestly would have probably never picked up a guitar like I do now. Because honestly, before I even really started liking Events Unfold, when I first started playing guitar, my favorite guitarist was Slash. Don't get me wrong, Slash is good. But with the way I played then is completely different from whenever I started listening to Events Unfold. Because once I heard that Afterlife solo and started listening more and more of Events Unfold, I thought to myself, this is crazy. I want to be able to play like that. And I mean, listening to that older classic rock stuff, I mean, the chances of me being as good as I am now were not as big. I mean, yeah, I like classic rock stuff, but it probably wouldn't have gotten me this far. I've only been playing guitar for almost 4 years. And I mean, I practice every single day. And if I don't, I don't know, it bothers me. So I mean, I have a lot of dedication to this because music is what I want to do. And like I said, if it wasn't for those guys, I wouldn't have this dedication. I like to make music for people and let people enjoy it. But I don't know, all I can really say is I thank the Rev and Sinister Gates most of all. But everybody else in Events Unfold too. I mean, they're my inspiration. I don't know. I mean, I just couldn't handle the fact that he died. And actually one day, the way I came up with our band name is we were trying to think of band names, and it just so happened to pop in my head, Awaitthegates. I don't know how, but it just did. told my friend Gary, and he was like, dude, that's cool, dude, let's keep that. And, I mean, it didn't really happen on purpose, but, I mean, Awaitthegates, like, refers to, you know, it kind of refers to life itself. Because when you're born into life, you live your life, but you get to choose whether you go to heaven or hell. Well, there's the gates of heaven and the gates of hell. So pretty much in life, you just await the gates. Because you don't know which one you're going to yet. But once you get to the point in time, you'll figure out. And I don't know. I mean, I like to thank the Rev in Events Unfold, most of all, and even my dad, because if my dad was not a musician, I probably wouldn't be either. Because, I mean, I'd grown up around music all my life, and it's just in my blood. And my dad's an incredible musician. So, I mean, I like to thank the Rev and Event Sevenfold, my dad, and even everybody else that supports me, most of all. Because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be how I am with music now. Eventually, later on in my life, when I get old and all that, I'll make my way and hopefully finally meet the Rev. Because, I mean, whenever he died, one of my first things I thought too was, I don't ever get to meet him. But I'm wrong. I will. But that's really all I wanted to talk about, was just the Rev and everything. And how much he was an inspiration and everything. And one more thing is I'm going to do that. I'm going to figure this out today. So, I mean, keep in touch on my other account, which is Fung Blung Man. That's FUNGBLUNGMAN. I'll put it in the description box so you guys can check that out. And well, the video that I'm going to do is, I want to do a cover of Fiction, but I'm going to make like a guitar part to it and even put a solo in it and everything in honor of the Rev. And I picked Fiction to do a cover of because, I mean, it's all just piano, and not only is the Rev playing drums and singing in it, but because I get to put like what I feel into it, but through the guitar. So keep in touch later on my other account, and I mean, it'll be on there. So have a nice day.